Hello, everyone. My name is Robinson, and I want to welcome you all to this live YouTube program. We are going to do a little analysis on some few pairs and drop and show our reasons why the market should buy and some structures where we're expecting the market to get to. Okay. So previously we analyzed the market and we saw some strength in the market where we told ourselves that some pairs are strong for the period while some are a bit weak. Okay, US dollar and euro are very strong for the moment. So we want to look at pairing the euro and the USD currencies with other currencies that has some weak potentials. Okay, so this is euro card. This is euro card. If you look at this market from the daily time frame, this market has been on the bearish side for some time. Okay, and the market came to 1.33864. Okay, before the market printed a W here, the market printed a W where we gave this as a signal on our Signal platform. For those of you that would like to join our Signal platform, you can drop your comments on the boss, or if you need a mentorship class, a one-on-one mentorship class, you can likewise keep your comments on the comment box. We'll get across to you. So we dropped this signal previously while we saw this first bottom before the second one came to play, and we gave it out for the market to go to the upper side. So we took our profit here, and the market is doing a bit of pullback. Now, if you look at this market right now, it has done an inverse head and shoulder with a confirmation from the W. Okay, this is a daily time frame. The market has moved all throughout the day with this long bullish bearish candle. So my bias is I'm waiting for this market to close for the day for me to see an entry for a buy to the upper side. But if this market eventually breaks this structure, if you look at it from the H4 perspective, we discover that the market has come to a very significant structure. You can see this place, the market tested here, it broke here and retested. It came back to this zone. You can see how it was ranging, okay, on this block. It came here, tested here, likewise this place. If you look previously, if you go to the history, that place has been a very strong zone, okay? So right now, the market has likewise come back to that zone. So I'm expecting this market to close on the H1 today, to close, and then the market to open tomorrow. Then on the H4, if this market gives us a pin bar, and before the closure of the market today gives us a signal for a buy, by this time tomorrow, I am going to engage this market for a buy entry. This is euro card. I'm looking at it for a buy entry. Okay. Now, what is doing here? What is really happening here is the fundamental that came up about the Europeans cutting off the oil between them and Russia. So it made the oil to spike very high. There's a lot of spike on oil. So I'm still expecting this market to bounce from here to the upper side. But if it fails, if it breaks through this structure, then it's going to invalidate my entry, my bullish entry for the market. Okay. So for me, the market is still bearish, but I'm expecting the market to change from bearish to the bullish. Now, if you go to H1, you can see what the market has done on our RSI. It has already shown overextended, which is oversold. Okay, it has been overextended. So I'm expecting this market to print my entry reason. As soon as I satisfy my entry reason, I'll be looking out for this market to go to the upper side. Okay. Now the next one we have, which is Euro AUD. I dropped this my bias on this on Signal platform, okay, and the mentorship platform. Now, if you look at the market, it has been on the buying side on the H4 time frame. Okay, now if we should make use of our equidistance channel, you discover that the market just came back to retest, to bounce on the equidistance channel, which signals a bullish entry, a bullish move, which has already started. Okay, we had an early entry on this trade today. So I dropped this psychological value, which is 1.47. And we said that this market is going to bounce from this place to the upper side. Right now, the market has already started the bullish move. So I'm still expecting the market to do maybe a W here. If you've not entered the market, you should be expecting a W, and if it does a W, then on a lower time frame, then you should enter the market to the upper side. Okay, there is a lot of void here that is going to fill to the upper side. So this market is Euro AUD, Euro AUD. So if you go to the H1, the H1 is yet to print the W, but if you go to the 15 minutes, which is my entry time frame, that is where you see something like reverse head and shoulder, which gives you an earlier entry for the market to go bullish to the upper side. Okay, so this market, I'm expecting it to go to the upside, which is a bullish market, and break this previously created structure. If you look at this market, what backs a reason for entry of this market was that this place, the price is at this psychological number. One is a psychological number. Secondly, it is a trend line, okay, a trend support, a trend support. That means it's having a confluence. Now, that confirmation is that the market has previously tested these blocks. Okay, if you look from this place, there are a lot of touches, tests and retests that has already occurred within that psychological value. You can see how the market has tested that particular level or zone previously, of which it has already broken to the upper side, came retested, but it couldn't, it came again. Now, this is a triple touch on that particular zone, and the market is expected after a triple touch, triple bottom, the market is expected to move to the upper side. So the market right now is gearing up to move to the bullish side of it. Okay. Likewise, you can see if you go to the lower time frame, I've already shown you the reason for that entry. Now, another euro. Remember when I started, I said that why we are choosing the euro pairs and the USD pairs. For instance, right now we are taking the euro pairs is because of the commitment of the traders report that has already given us a clue of what the big boys are doing in the market, which we have done analysis and discovered that they are bullish on euro as we speak. If I am allowed to share my screen, If you look at what the commitment of traders are currently doing, you discover that the USD, the Euro, and the BTC are strong, okay, for the week, but we have the USD as the strongest, followed by the Euro. Then we have the GBP, CAD, CHF, and all this to be a bit weak, okay. While we have the mixed trend acts, the oil, and besides, due to what we have discovered in oil, you can see that there is a fundamental that also backed it, and oil started buying aggressively today. So if you look at what just like I've said about the euro, you will see the analysis drop that euro have been adding consecutively. They have been buying euro consecutively for the past 4 weeks, for the past 3 weeks rather, okay, and it just moved from 27 8 weeks duration, from 27 net position. Right now we are at 38 K net position, and they have been removing a lot of short. Previous this week, they just removed minus 12K short, which means they have more interest on buying euro. Okay, so this is what influence one of the indices that influence our reason to engage on investing on the euro for the week. So let me go back to our chart. You can see the market is buying. Then we have another, which is the Euro USD. The Euro USD has printed an inverted and showed down the lower time frame, and this market is expected to go to the upper side. This market, previously we took this market with our students. This market created a rising wedge on a support, and after which it broke the rising wedge, and then it started falling aggressively before the market now created a divergence and went to the upper side. So this market is expected to sell, which we dropped this signal after our weekend analysis. Okay, we dropped this signal for a sell here, and the market sold down to this place. So we are still expecting this market. I'm still expecting this market to come to 1.08130. Okay, this market is still going to come to retest this zone. And when it retests this zone, we can now look for another entry for the downside. Besides, at this point, it has already started creating a rising wedge on a resistance. It's a very strong resistance level. Okay, you can see that was why when it came within that zone, the market started selling aggressively. You can see what happened there. As soon as it came to test this zone, that is the zone, these two horizontal lines is the zone. As soon as it touched that zone, the market started selling massively. So we are still expecting this market to go to the upper side, make at least 60 to 70 pips. For those that entered it when we dropped it on our Signal platform, they took advantage, and right now they are in profits of over 20 or 30 pips. Okay, so these are the few pairs we are going to see. Okay, now if you likewise see the JPY M2 JPY index, you see that the market has moved from being bearish to being bullish, and is doing a reversal right now as the market is printing. So we are likewise expecting this market to come to this zone to retest this particular level before it will still continue to the upper side. So we are still expecting the market to continue to the upper side. Besides, there is a gap, a void that the market has not yet covered. If you look at this place, there is a void here that the market needs to fill that particular void. If you look at this void, the market needs to fill it. So if this market can come to this place, we are going to look out for a W, and then it's going to buy to the upper side. Previously, we entered this market here. We entered this market here, and the market took us, we took our profits here before we still allowed it to come to this zone. So that is what we are still expecting on Japan, because soon there will be a strength in Japan, because from the COT data report, the market has already shown us that they are beginning to have interest on longing the Japanese yuan. If you see what is happening for the past weeks, for the past 3 to 5 weeks, they have been adding more long than shorts. Okay, if you see the previous long they removed minus 7K from the longing side has likewise been balanced from the shorting side. So if you also see from the net position, it has also started being affected. So they are starting gaining interest. That's the big boys to move the market to the upper side, because since the country Japan was hit by an earthquake, they have not yet recovered. Okay, and with some other fundamentals that is backing such moves. So Japan, I'm seeing Japan to start gaining its strength, to start gaining back its strength. And the market, remember, the Japanese yuan is positively correlated with the US dollar index. So if the US dollar index, just like we have seen from the analysis that US dollar index is strong, so the Japanese yuan likewise is going to join its sister currency to gain that particular strength to the upper side. And US dollar has been bullish. You see, it has also been printed in the chart. That's been printed in the chart, though they are running a pullback right now, a retracement right now. So if you see the US dollar has been buying, you can see how it took all this market down to this zone. So looking at this, the market has been selling, which US dollar is the one doing the buy while these other ones follow suit. Okay, so this is what we just have for now. So if you look at the Brent, I am expecting the Brent to do a fall. The Brent has met a resistance, is at a H4 daily resistance as we speak. Look at this level, resistance zone. Okay, now it has come to retest that particular zone again. So we'll be expecting a fall at least to 115.6, 115.6. This is a zone. This is a zone that we are expecting this market to come. If it comes here, it's going to bounce. We'll be looking out for our entry reason. If it satisfies it, we'll enter this market for a buy. Okay, back to the upper side. So if you have any comment about the few pairs that we have dropped, please do well to drop your comments below, and likewise subscribe below. So we're going to encourage us to keep on dropping content about our buyers on the financial market. Thank you very much. Do well to invite your friends, invite whosoever that you know that is into the financial market, because they are going to benefit a lot from the analysis we'll be dropping daily on this platform. Thank you very much.